He grew up battling his brothers on their home court in the suburbs of LA and was already making a name for himself when he was barely a teenager playing beside of them in high school. Now still a teenager but on an NBA roster, he has put up numbers good enough to make him a front runner for the Rookie of the Year and has created a long-awaited, finally credible buzz around the Ball family name. He was on his way to rookie greatness until he took a hard fall in a road loss against the Los Angeles Clippers. Disappointment filled Charlotte Hornets fans' hearts, as there would be a possibility that their rookie star could be ruled out for the rest of the season. When it was announced that he had fractured his wrists, doubts filled the air if he could even return this season, in a season in which the Charlotte Hornets may have a chance of reaching the NBA playoffs. However, thanks to a successful surgical repair of his wrist by Dr. Michelle Carlson in New York City, Lamelo Ball is again racing up and down the court for the Charlotte Hornets. So today we're going to be covering the rookie season of Lamelo Ball, and we're going to be comparing it to the rookie season of his brother Lonzo Ball. Before we get to the content, I just want to remind you guys that my success is 100% in your hands, and leaving a like on this video will guarantee my success and my ability to continue making these videos for you guys full time. Also, this video is sponsored by Magic Spoon, but we'll get to that a little bit later. And now that we get all that out of the way, cue the intro. Lamelo Ball has had the spotlight focused pretty bright on him since being drafted into the NBA, and is the baby brother of Lonzo Ball, who is 4 years older than him and is the eldest of the three Ball brothers. These are the brothers who even the casual basketball fan has heard of thanks to the marketing brilliance of their father, LeVar Ball, and his infamous Big Baller brand. You might be wondering what happened to the other brother. Well, the middle brother LiAngelo is currently attempting to play professional basketball, but he has a long way to go. It seemed like it was just yesterday when all three Ball brothers were winning the California High School Championship via alley-oops and sinking long-range jumpers, all while Lamelo could barely grow facial hair. At the same time, their father was attempting to exploit, take advantage of all three of their talents. Lonzo, the number 2 overall pick by the Los Angeles Lakers in the 2017 NBA draft, had high expectations from all in his rookie campaign, and although it didn't exactly sparkle and shine, his NBA career seems to be finally taking off. Now let's take a look at Lamelo Ball's rookie season in comparison to Lonzo Ball's rookie season and see if it is indeed another example of how the baby brother will rise to the top, especially when it comes to the hardwood. Lamelo Ball in Chino Hills, California as a freshman won a California High School State Basketball Championship playing alongside his 2 older brothers. Instead of staying at Chino Hills and perhaps garnering McDonald's All-American honors and a chance to play at a top NCAA Division I basketball powerhouse, which also happens to be my alma mater, UCLA, an incident that his middle brother LiAngelo Ball is in a Chinese store while the UCLA basketball team is in China for an exhibition game. While there, he and a couple of UCLA teammates attempt to steal a pair of Louis Vuitton glasses. Kinda sounds silly if you think about it, cause LiAngelo Ball comes from money, but I digress. Now, the president at the time, Donald Trump, was apparently able to intervene on their behalf and get LiAngelo Ball and the rest of the UCLA Bruins released from jail. As a result, this turned into a completely separate story where LeVar Ball went on to CNN and said that he will not be thanking Donald Trump for what he did, and had funny sound bites such as this.
Somebody had to do something.
Did you do it?
I'm just telling you, somebody had to do it.
Did
he do it?
I'm asking you, did you do it?
I'm asking you. Did he do it?
But once LiAngelo Ball and his teammates returned to UCLA, clearly the Bruins wanted the heat to die down, so they suspended LiAngelo indefinitely. LeVar Ball, being who he is, said that he did not want LiAngelo Ball to wait to play basketball, and as a result decided to pull LiAngelo Ball out of collegiate basketball altogether. And since Lamelo Ball was also committed to UCLA at the time, he pledged his allegiance to his brother and his family and decided to go where LiAngelo went. So as a result of LeVar Ball refusing to to allow the heat to die down, LiAngelo Ball and Lamelo Ball went on a flight halfway across the world to play in Lithuania. They would join a Lithuanian team called Prinai, and Lamelo became the youngest United States citizen to sign a professional basketball contract. Lamelo returned to play for the Los Angeles Ballers, a team in LeVar's Junior Basketball Association, which was a startup league. Lamelo then played his senior season at the Spire Institute, which was an international high school and postgraduate sports performance training and education academy, which was basically a boarding school for elite athletes. When Lamelo signed his European contract, his signature voided any hope of him playing collegiately. Thus, after his senior season, he took an even longer flight, this time to Illawarra, New South Wales, where he would join the Australian-based National Basketball League. Over the course of 7 months, Lamelo played in 12 games and averaged 17 points, 7.4 rebounds, and 6.8 assists per game. Like his brother Lonzo did 3 years prior, he would then enter his name into the 2020 NBA draft and was considered one of the top 5 best available players, but there were some reservations surrounding him because one, of his father and his controversial past, but two, because Lonzo Ball didn't fulfill the expectations of a number 2 overall pick. Despite all of this, Michael Jordan, the owner of the Charlotte Hornets, decided to pick Lamelo Ball number 3 overall. This would mean that Lamelo and his older brother Lonzo became the first set of brothers to be picked in the top 5 in the NBA draft. Now, before I give you all the information in regards to Lonzo's route to the NBA, how he did in his rookie season, the challenges that he faced in comparison to the challenges that Lamelo faced, this video is sponsored by Magic Spoon. For those of us that are trying to make some really sick gains in the gym, one of the biggest challenges that we could all agree on that we encounter is supplements and protein powders are very sketchy to say the least. Not to mention, most of them taste like crap. So when I discovered that I can be getting my whey protein in the form of a breakfast cereal after my workouts, I jumped on this right away, which is why I'm excited to announce my partnership with Magic Spoon's breakfast cereal. Now get this, Magic Spoon is a delicious breakfast cereal with 0 grams of sugar, 14 grams of protein, and only 4 net grams of carbs in each serving. It also only has 140 calories. And they happen to do all of this while making sure their breakfast cereal tastes better than any sugary breakfast cereal that you would have growing up. In just 3 weeks of eating Magic Spoon cereal, I went from looking like this to looking like this. So click the link below to grab a variety pack and try it today, and be sure to use the promo code FlightMike at checkout to get $5 off of any order, or go to magicspoon.com/FlightMike. And Magic Spoon is so confident in their product that it's backed with a 100% happiness guarantee. So if you don't like it for any reason, they'll refund your money, no questions asked. So click the link below and use the code FlightMike for $5 off, or go to magicspoon.com/FlightMike to save $5 today. The eldest brother, Lonzo, took the more traditional route to the NBA, creating highlight reels at UCLA for his freshman year, and in the 2017 NBA draft was taken number 2 overall, and to the delight of his father, was selected by his hometown Los Angeles Lakers. He started the 2017 to 2018 NBA season with the highest Rookie of the Year odds, but stumbled out of the gate. In his debut, where he was on the floor for 29 minutes, Lonzo went only 1 of 6 from the field for 3 points and a box plus minus of -14. Then less than a day later against the Suns, Lonzo Ball would have his greatest game as a Los Angeles Laker. He would shoot 3 of 9 from 3-point range and score 29 points. He also grabbed 11 rebounds, which was good enough for a double-double, and was 1 assist shy from a triple-double. And he did make the bottom line that night by becoming the first teenager since LeBron James to have 29 points, 11 rebounds, and 9 assists. For reference, Magic Johnson scored 26 in his debut. As for being the youngest player to ever record a triple-double, he would eventually achieve that goal come November in a loss against the Milwaukee Bucks, with a stat line of 27 points, 11 rebounds, and 10 assists. Although there were many bright spots during Lonzo Ball's rookie season, there were some downsides as well. For one, Lonzo was injury-plagued. He missed 35 games, and when he was on the court, his scoring was just too inconsistent. Also, for being praised as a passer, he didn't have the high assist numbers, even though he had a lot of skilled targets to get the ball to. Lonzo Lonzo was criticized because he just didn't hit from behind the arc and his jump shots were wayward. The stats also proved it. He only made 36% of his shots overall and clunked his way to a 30.5 percentage from beyond the three-point line, putting up 10.2 points per game. He simply didn't yield the buckets of what you would expect from a second overall player in the NBA draft, especially a player that was taken over the likes of Jason Tatum and Donovan Mitchell. This oldest Ball brother did manage 6.9 rebounds a game and 7.2 assists per game, but since he is a point guard, he probably should have been passing a lot, and again, he had some pretty good teammates as well. Lonzo was able to manage 1.8 steals per game and almost had a 1 block average, although he struggled pretty mightily while he had the rock, and typically when he would attempt to shoot it, it would usually end up in the opposing team's hands. However, his defense was pretty great. During his rookie season, Lonzo Ball ranked 3rd among his position, not just for rookie point guards either. Now, Lonzo wouldn't play towards the end of the season. Overall, the Lakers as a team really stunk, but Lonzo was still a good point guard his rookie year, even though he didn't quite have his jump shot down the way he does now. He still moved the ball down the court and sometimes looked to be years beyond a rookie. Then, before the 2019 to 2020 season, Lonzo Ball was traded by LeBron James to the New Orleans Pelicans in a 3-team trade where he had his best NBA season of his career, shooting 37.5% from three-point range. It helped that he had Zion Williamson to dish the ball up to as well and pull defenders off of the perimeter. Although Lonzo's rookie year could have been better, he is now showing big brother strength as he recently had a game where he went off for 24 points, 4 assists, 2 rebounds, and 2 steals across 34 minutes as he broke out and recently posted his first 20-plus point game since April 4th. At the end of April versus the Denver Nuggets, he had a triple-double with 16 points, 12 assists, and 12 total rebounds with only 4 turnovers. Lonzo made 47% of his threes and scored 33 points and also grabbed 11 rebounds against the Minnesota Timberwolves. So there is a lot of talent there, but we're comparing Lamelo Ball's rookie year to Lonzo's. When we're discussing Lamelo Ball, the first thing we need to discuss is Lonzo's passing ability during his rookie season was praised, but Lamelo's passing ability has been obsessed over. Lamelo Ball is extremely patient when it comes to finding the open man and connecting at the right moment, and his court vision is second to none. Before his injury, Lamelo was averaging 6.4 assists per game. It seems as if he has spent the time that he spent on the sideline studying the game, and we can only imagine that the number will go up. Earlier this year, Lamelo was coming off of the bench, a lot, which had many fans confused, yet he still averages 15.9 points per game. What's even more impressive is his ball handling skills, his pure speed, and the way he can effortlessly pass the ball full court, and along with highlight reel worthy plays such as behind the back passes and lobs to Miles Bridges. Lamelo Ball is the true definition of an assist man, as he is quietly creating a star of Miles Bridges. In early January, Lonzo and Lamelo met for the first time, and it was the baby brother that came out on top. Lamelo seemed to get a little lower and shuffle his feet a little quicker while guarding his big brother at the top of the key. The two shared a lot of smiles during the New Orleans-Charlotte matchup, even though Lonzo only managed 5 points, 3 assists, and 2 rebounds. Not only did Lamelo's team get the victory, but the box score read in favor of him as well, even though he was coming off of the bench. It didn't take that long during that same month for Lamelo Ball to break a record that his big brother Lonzo once had and became the youngest player in NBA history to record a triple-double with 22 points, 12 rebounds, and 11 assists. Lamelo earned 2 NBA Rookie Player of the Month awards, and before that hard fall in the Staples Center where he fractured his wrist, who knows what kind of April he could have had. He was at the top or leading most stats of any rookie in the NBA. He was the youngest to hit 7 3-pointers in a game as well. Maybe the most impressive thing is if Ball returns in his pre-injury form and puts up the numbers that he had in the first half of the season, or maybe even a better stat line, the Hornets could find themselves as a legitimate threat to opposing teams in the playoffs. The Hornets may even perhaps win a playoff series for the first time in 19 years. When's the last time you heard Charlotte Hornets or Charlotte Bobcats or Charlotte in general in the NBA playoffs? Yes, I actually said that. Before his injury in March, Lamelo faced off against LeBron James, and the very hyped matchup turned out to be great TV, with Lamelo receiving a lot of approval from one of the greatest of all time. And even though Lamelo Ball would lose in a 26 points, 8 assists, and 5 rebound effort against the Lakers, LeBron James would say in a post-game interview that he's damn good to be his age. His speed, his quickness, his ability to make shots and baskets in the paint. He's going to get better as the season goes on and his career goes on. LeBron went on to mention Lonzo, who he had played alongside in the interview as well. He said him and Zoe are 2 very unique players in our league, and they showcase that every green night. The good news for LaMelo and the growing base of Hornets fans is that he has returned and has spent nearly 30 minutes on the floor for the Hornets in his last 3 games. LaMelo Ball is officially back. He can bend, he can snap, and he is ready to continue his quest for the Rookie of the Year. So let me know in the comment section down below, is LaMelo Ball your Rookie of the Year? And who has had a better career thus far? Aside from that, I'm your boy Mike, and I'm dropping our mic until our next upload.